What's up, brother?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Welcome back to the 4 podcast, baby. This is episode 8 of the weekly roundup. And yeah, pretty much we're going to be talking about UFC 260.
Just a bunch of stuff.
We're going to talk about what follows on from that. As well as that, we're going to be talking about the next card, which is Darren Till versus Marvin Vettori, which has a minor change. Well, a pretty severe change, actually. Also, there's been some updates just from some
big
upcoming
updates
fights in the near future. Big fights, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll get right into it. UFC 260, honestly, just a banger of a card.
Facts.
I could not have been. See, I'll be honest, guys. I watched the co-main, and the Sean O'Malley fight just because I didn't want to stay up.
Yeah.
I know casual. If someone say we're not as devoted as my friend Milan here, but
Brother, I slept. I was so tempted.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I woke up at 4, which is like exactly when Sean O'Malley was Bruce Buffer was talking.
We were the same then.
So what's like?
So
yeah.
Did you see the Marc Andre, the KO to start the card?
Nah,
Abu Azatar. I didn't see it, but I don't think this means very much in general. I'm gonna have let's
Sean, my man.
Marc
Let's
Andre.
not talk shit here. Yeah.
No, I just want to see Marc Andre on Sherdog real quick. Pull him up. Oh, he's a 31 Canadian ex-champ. You know,
What?
this is a comeback fight for him because he was 3 fights skid, and then he got no contest, fought for his first time this year, and this is his first W in 2 years. So it's a nice little win. Look, Milan, pull him up. Go and share. Look at him and share, dog. He's a king. He's a king.
The power bar.
Look at him.
Oh,
Look at that
dear.
belt. Look at that fucking
dear.
belt. The power bar. Let's fucking go.
Nice little fight. He hasn't won since 2019. He's lost all his UFC fights. Still somehow chilled. Didn't get fucking cut, and now he is
I'm surprised.
back in the win column. Respect, man. But one fight on the early prelims, man.
yeah.
Really not giving the fans much. That, but
It's a KO though, so it was worth it.
the prelims
And it was
definitely
late
delivered,
as well.
man. The prelims definitely delivered.
I'd say the prelims definitely appealed to the diehard fans more than the casuals, because we had 3 fights
Well, Sean,
of the 4 going to decision,
you are forgetting
and then a submission.
You are forgetting though, Abubakar Nurmagomedov was fighting, so that's another.
I wasn't gonna forget that. Don't worry. But before that fight, Omar Morales, I'm not sure. I've heard of him. 11-1. Is this? I feel like this is one of his. This is a newer fighter in the UFC, and for some reason his Sherdog won't pop up instantly, which is it's a bit of a knacker move. Some would say. Oh, someone else already searched it for me. Let's pull it up. Actually, I don't know. Okay, 35. Okay, I got this wrong. This is his 4th fight in the UFC, and he's had 4 fights. Milan, can you predict for me?
Yeah.
How every fight finished?
On his record.
What he's had 4 fights in the UFC, 4 3-rounders. How did they all finish?
Unanimous decision.
And he lost one of them as well. So
That shows that he is a dominant fighter.
he's gone. His first 2 UDs, and then his third one was a UD loss and a UD. Let's see if he has got anyone interesting on his resume. Not really. He's got no one I recognize anyways. Jesus Rodriguez he fought, so that's kind of an interesting name. This guy seems to be a submission specialist. Five subs, 4 decisions, two KO victories. Anyway, we'll get back to the other main fight in the prelims that I feel you are eager to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Abubakar Nurmagomedov.
It's another win for Team Khabib. He's like honestly putting in a shift. I think he genuinely wants this title of Coach of the Year. And isn't Usman or Umar fighting as well in Bellator, right?
Umar, that's Usman.
What?
Usman, yeah.
Yeah.
Usman is, yeah.
Usman is fighting real soon in Bellator. And it's going to be a great one. We're going to have to talk about
I don't think, I don't know a lot about his, about Usman's, his contract with Bellator, but what I do know is it will not take very long for him if he wants to get to the UFC.
Yeah.
It won't take very long. Because he's 11-0, 155 pounds. You know, he's pretty, like, imagine this guy in the I feel like he maybe want to conquer Bellator, to be honest. Thinking about it, because
would be nice.
He hasn't fought on Bellator yet, but I'd say he would do a few fights in Bellator.
He's fighting this weekend.
Because, oh, is it this weekend?
Yeah.
I see it now. Bellator 255. What's the card for Bellator 255 like, actually?
Patricio Freire versus Emmanuel Sanchez is fighting.
That's a banger of a card. So and Naaman Gracie's fighting.
My man Pitbull is out here doing bits.
I don't know anyone on this card. I know a few fights on it, but this could definitely be a fight card to watch, maybe, potentially.
It's a nice card for Bellator to come back on, to be honest with you. It's a real nice one. I don't fault it at all. And at least there's going to be more eyes on this card as well, since the UFC is not putting anything on this weekend. They are putting something on next weekend, but we'll talk about that more later on.
You down to watch this one, maybe? Wake up for Usman, and then we'll watch the
Pitbull fight as well.
That's what I mean. Watch Usman, and then we can watch, I don't know, Jack May or.
I wonder if Khabib is gonna
Tyrone.
Be there. Do you know what I mean? But like
Khabib, I would say so.
He's not signed to like the UFC like that anymore. So I reckon he could just go if he's a coach. I don't know.
I mean, even when Conor is signed like that.
That's true.
He's going to Bellator. There's no rules. You can't go to other events because.
Yeah.
It seems to be a mutual understanding in the MMA community to talk about each other, because another person who I want to talk about that we didn't put down in our plan to talk about, Paddy. What's his name?
I literally was going to mention
Paddy.
this.
What's his name?
Paddy the Body.
Paddy the Body. Paddy. This guy looks good. I can't. Cage Warriors. He was called after he won a fight in Cage Warriors the other day. He was screaming, Dana.
He got the he signed it. He signed the contract. Deal. And it's crazy.
What interests me as well, he denied, when he was 21, he said no to the UFC. Because he knew that they'd come back.
That's good though, because you don't want to rush it. Like, if you look at people like Sage Northcutt, where he was so promising. He had so many accolades regarding like karate, if I'm not mistaken. But like those types of martial arts, they rushed him so quick, and he basically lost all the hype behind him, and he got starched in one afterwards. So Paddy is doing it. He denied them, built up his name, became champ in Cage Warriors, and now he's back in the UFC, more experienced and a bigger name as well.
It's true. I'm very interested to see, because Paddy the Baddy himself. I heard him say in a interview with BT Sports, that he wants to fill out Anfield, Liverpool's football stadium, But what interests me about that is, obviously that's obviously going to be his dream to do that. But, what like how is the UFC going to play with him? Do you know what I mean? Seeing how open this 155 division is, is he going to get thrown straight in? Is kind of what I'm wondering. Is he going to get a top 15 guy straight away? Is he that's kind of what I'm curious about, because he's got a social media following. He's got over 100K followers on Instagram.
He has to get.
Is he gonna get Is he gonna get a top 15, top 10 maybe, or is he just gonna get a name who's not in the top 15? Like, they might wait. Hold on, is he in 145? I could be. I don't want to say something like that, but.
He has to get someone that's
never mind.
ranked.
Edson Barbosa's 145. Well, I don't even think he needs to get someone that ranked. I think he has to get. He has to get a name. He has to fight someone who's a legitimate name. You know what I mean? Like if Edson Barbosa was 155 still, he could fight Edson Barbosa, but that would be a bit of a push.
He has to get a fight with the ranked, so his next fight he becomes ranked, because Michael Chandler
Paul Felder
was the champ. Maybe because Michael Chandler was the champ, and his first fight was planned to be against Khabib. He was the step in for Khabib, and he fought fucking Hooker.
It's different though. It's different.
Not really, because like obviously a Cage Warriors champ ain't gonna go and fucking fight Khabib for the title again, but like he definitely has to fight at least
Bellator,
at least top 15. He has to fight someone at least. He needs to become ranked.
It's just interesting to see the UFC want to do. I don't think they'll give him some. I wouldn't be surprised if he got someone top 15, but at the same time, it doesn't. At the same time, if you get someone top 15, like, I've just thought of something. Where does Kevin Lee fit into all this? That could be a fun little fight, realistically, but I don't think Kevin Lee would take that fight. But, I think a top 15 or just a name. Like, I can't really think of someone outside the top 15 who's a name. I probably should. But,
do you know who'd be a nice fight? Maybe Gregor Gillespie, because his fight recently got fucked over.
What happened in that fight again? I forget, sorry.
Gregor Gillespie got cancelled. He was meant to fight, I think, last week, or like, a real recent card.
Oh shit! Yeah. The fight just got cancelled. That's a good fight to put on then. Yeah, you're right. Maybe Gregor Gillespie. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. There's so much you could do with Paddy the Baddy right now. Like, if you really want to push him, there's a name I would give him, and that name is Dan Hooker.
Ooh, I don't think Dan Hooker wants to do any more fucking 5 week. 5 week lockdown fucking quarantines.
Imagine that fight. That would be a fun fight. But the thing is, they could Paddy the Baddy just matches up with everyone in this division so nicely, because he's so aggressive, but at the same time his ground game is just next level. So I'll be very interested to see what the UFC thinks to do with him, because I could see him not fighting anyone top 15 for 2 or 3 fights even, possibly. But throwing him right in the top 15 makes sense too. But if they want to do a slow build, then that makes sense too. That's what I think.
It's real interesting to see how much the UFC has pushed him already, because as soon as he signed, they put up a thing on Instagram, which is actually real nice to see, to be honest with you. Great to see him getting the recognition that he deserves.
If anyone's going to pull Khabib out of retirement, it's going to be Paddy the Baddy.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's a very interesting fighter. Like I've only seen highlights really of him, but he's just very aggressive. I like that in a fighter. Yeah. But like literally anyone in this, like if you want to push him, there's a man at number 2 who has no one to fight. Throw him in with Justin Gaethje, like might as well.
Oh, stop, man.
Like realistically, there's so much you can do with this guy, and I think you're right in that the way they've been promoting him already. He's definitely got the capabilities of fighting a top 15, maybe even a top 10 guy, but it's weird to see how he'll match up or who he'll match up with, because maybe they could be using him, to catapult someone else. Like maybe Paddy the Baddy could fight like Islam Makhachev or something, because that would give him more notoriety. But that's just how I see. There's lots of ways you can go with Paddy the Baddy, and I'm very eager to see what happens really with them. But the main thing in the lightweight division is May 15th, Chandler versus Charles Oliveira, as we talked about. But yeah, sorry, we'll get back to 260. On the main card now, who was that first fight anyway?
I don't really recognize who Jamie Malarkey or Kama Worthy are, but I do recognize Miranda Maverick. I watched her last fight when she fought against Liana Jajua. She made her fucking nose bleed and they had to stop it due to a cut. But she's a up-and-coming fighter, only 23 years old. Nice record of 11-2. And she got a decision win over Gillian Robertson, which is a big, not a huge name, but like, it's a good name in the flyweight division for her, especially for her being so young as well. And getting that main card spot, the future looks bright for her.
Oh my god. Milan, let me send you the I just looked up the Jamie Malarney. Let me send you the link to it. This guy did the...
Oh dear, I'm gonna have to bleep that.
Why?
I don't want this guy's name in the podcast.
It's an abbreviation though, leave it. Look at this. Put the link in the description maybe of the podcast for this too.
Yeah. Nah, I'm joking about that.
Look at that knockout. Look at that. Do you see it?
Yeah, it's disgusting, man. First round, only 50 seconds in.
Just the way he falls forward, that is just disgusting.
He caught him very clean. I don't know where he had his chin out. He was on the back foot, and he had his chin out, man. You gotta tuck that shit in, my man.
100%.
Good stoppage.
Disgusting.
Nice little
Disgusting knockout.
But then Miranda Maverick got the dub. And then the fights that really made this card what they were. 3 finishes.
The Sugar Show. The Sugar Show, baby.
Sugar Show, Mali. Showing that the first loss, I put that in quotation marks, loss, was a fluke pretty much. And that he
struck it from the record.
Undefeated. The Sugar State Athletic Commission has ruled out his last loss. He is still undefeated.
14-0 now.
He got fucking cocky, man. I'm not gonna lie. He was trying so hard to get that
2 walk-offs.
Highlight.
2 walk-off KOs.
But then, to be honest, that fucking sealed the deal. The last punch, it was so loud. And it just...
No, like, that was not fun. That I liked it, but at the same time, like, couldn't help but feel bad for Thomas Almeida.
Because it's like...
Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe it should have been stopped, because it's like when Jorge did those 2 punches to Askren, the super necessary punches, like that was he was already on the ground. He was kind of defending himself, but like realistically, he wasn't going to go up unless Sean O'Malley signaled him up. But I don't know, I don't think it should have been stopped. Like, he could have went for the ground and pound, but he landed 1 clean punch. Fair play. He did what he needed to do, and he got the finish. That's what's important. Against someone who definitely still is a name. It's not like he fought some bum.
Exactly.
He still is a name. But it'd be interesting.
Even though he's in a... Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see him fight someone in the ranks this time and maybe get his name up there.
Even though Almeida's on a... Now he's on a 4. Is he on a 4-fight skid? He still is a good fighter. Like you saw in the fight, he had glimpses of promise. But what interests me actually a lot about the whole, like, the kind of the stats of the fight anyway, is that Almeida landed 25 times in those 3 rounds to O'Malley's 91. which just shows the activity levels of O'Malley. Like compared, like he was just being so efficient with his strikes compared to Almeida. Almeida technically got one takedown, but like we saw that was when he threw the flying knee, and he tripped him kind of, but like he didn't even mean to. I think O'Malley just went off balance, but it was just disgusting. Like the two knockdowns, especially the first one. I don't know how Almeida stayed up because he caught him on the chin with a head kick.
Yeah.
Like frankly, that was just disgusting. What's next for O'Malley in Milan?
Fighting someone in the rankings, I'd say, get his name up there, because he's been a big name for a while, and the fact that he still hasn't really like been put onto the rankings is kind of, I don't know, weird, but I don't know.
I was kind of egging you a little bit there, Milan. I was hoping you would say Dominic Cruz is next there.
Dominic Cruz, I completely forgot about that. I won't lie, he did call him out.
Dominic Cruz said he'd be open to fight Sugar Show. It'd be a good fight. But the thing is with that fight is Sugar Show requested that it be on the Conor McGregor Poirier card as the co-main event.
Which is happening in July, I think, right?
But I think that would be an amazing time to do that, because like if you're gonna do a main event without a belt, like the Poirier and so like Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor, sorry, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. But if you're gonna do a fight like that, you might as well just do another banger with no belt. Like Sean O'Malley, Dominic Cruz is gonna be fireworks. Two high level strikers going in there. Both need the W. Like Dominic needs it to get back that GOAT status, to be on his way back to the belt, whereas O'Malley needs to make his first real run at the belt, you know. So it's a very interesting fight. I think that's a good time to do it. Maybe even not co-main, but like on the main card, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
We're not putting Dominic Cruz back on the prelims anyway.
That was weird how he was, like, obviously the last card he was in was stacked, but the fact that he was in the prelims and Sugar Sean, not even ranked, is the third fight, close to being the co-main. I think Dominic and Sugar is just a real fun fight, man. I'd love to watch them. Or, I mentioned this to you actually, Sean, not too long ago, but I think it still might be a little bit too soon. Maybe sticking Zabit Magomed Sharipov. That'd be real fun.
That was more that's a dream fight I think we're looking at there, but that'll be at 145, obviously.
Yeah, you have to cut.
But Sugar Sean's not gonna... He's not gonna go up to 145, and Zabit's not gonna go down to...
For sure.
135. So it'll be in the future, but...
The two styles clashing. Or maybe even...
Styles make fights.
Maybe if they see each other, Umar Nurmagomedov, the Dagestani Bruce Lee, he's not ranked either.
Nah, see, my only problem with that is... I don't... See... You could call this favoritism, but I don't like the fight for Sean. I don't think Sean O'Malley should take a fight like that, because he's so close to being ranked. Umar is not, and realistically, Umar is gonna grapple this guy. So
yeah, but it tests Sean. I think Sean would get a ranking. To be honest with you, I think Sean would get a ranking.
I think he should be getting ranked soon, because he just beat Thomas Almeida.
Yeah.
I think he should be. What's top 15? Bantamweight. Okay, he can't get top 15, never mind. Unless Marlon Vera moves up. Because you can't just knock Cheeto Vera out, he just lost to. I was thinking, imagine if he had beat Cheeto and he fought Jose Aldo.
That would have been so fun.
Instead we got to see Cheeto Vera versus...
the deadest
Jose
fight on the planet.
It was just boring, because like Aldo was just killing him. Like
Aldo just showed why he is one of the GOATs, which is what we talked about in the last episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode. a nice little bonus thing. We're gonna also stay tuned for next week. Same schedule. We're gonna upload a bonus episode on Wednesday, and then we're gonna upload the recap. So it's gonna be more of a Bellator thing next week. Plus any more UFC news we'll upload on Saturday, and then after that it's back to our regular schedule, up until summer. Maybe we'll do the same thing in the summer, if both of us aren't busy. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, of course. But let's move on from the Sean O'Malley. Just to finish off on that, actually, hopefully O'Malley does get booked with Dominic Cruz or someone else in that kind of top 10. Maybe even a Jose Aldo, like we just said there, would be fun, or a Marlon Moraes. Woo!
That's actually a really good fight.
Just imagine, there's so much to do with bantamweight, and a fight that I hope to see someday at bantamweight: Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sanhagen, brother. That fight.
There's a fight actually that I see.
Disgusting.
I don't know if this guy is booked yet, but we
or
watched him in
Garbrandt,
the.
even.
Nah. There's a guy who I fucking love. We watched his last fight actually. His name, Merab Dvalashi. Fuck, I can't say his second name. He's from Georgia. No, he's booked. Never mind. Merab Dvalishvili. Ducheveli. Merab. He's fighting in May actually. Never mind. But he's a real fun fighter. Watch out for that guy. Shout out to Merab the Machine.
Oh my god, I remember this guy's jacked.
The man with 2 KOs, 1 submission, and 9 This guy is a decision machine. You know that when you watch his fight, you're gonna watch a decision win. 5 unanimous decisions in a row. He's going on that nice little streak. Hopefully it goes to 6.
I don't know if he would. If he was to fight Sugar Show, I don't know if he would be. I think Sugar Show would take him because of his smaller stature and his kind of his wanting to go to the decision just wouldn't really go well with Sugar Show's desire to finish the fight. But you know what, we'll move on from the bantamweight division. We'll talk about Tyrone Woodley versus Vincente Luque. Milan, tell me how the fight went.
This was kind of a sad fight, to be honest with you, because Tyrone Woodley, he's kind of stopped himself from being aggressive in his last couple of fights, and I don't know why that was. But here, as soon as the bell went, he went off. He started throwing bombs. But unfortunately, we talked about it in the Go episode, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, a fight could go either way. Vincente got clipped. He was doing the chicken dance. And then Tyrone Woodley, you'd think Tyrone's going to go in and smash this guy. But then he got clipped. And then he got submitted with a Bravo choke. That was his last fight on the card, his contract, I mean. I don't think Dana, by the way Dana talked about him like ages ago, I don't think he has any interest in wanting him to continue fighting. But I'd want him to go to Bellator and finish a career, maybe possibly fighting for the belt, if that's the thing, because I definitely still think he has some fight in him, especially since with that performance, going out with everything, going out while being fucking aggressive finally. He might maybe he found his eye of the tiger. I think if he went to Bellator, he could possibly have one last run before he retires. But definitely retire in a win, man. Come on. You can't go from UFC champ.
Unlucky, I felt. He just got unlucky because like it kind of reminds me of the first Ngannou versus Stipe fight when Ngannou went in just guns blazing. He got some early success and then he got caught and then he had to back up and then he just blew out his gas tank. That seemed to happen to Woodley where he went out there, he caught Vincente Luque with those absolute bombs that he holds in his hands. Vincente notably, stunned. And rather than be composed like Ngannou was in the second fight with Stipe, He rushed it, got caught, and it ultimately cost him the fight. You saw when he backed up against the cage, he was using the cage to stay standing. That's how badly he got caught. And that's what happens when you don't, be composed, because that's not championship mentality. And you can tell that he's not Tyrone Woodley the champion anymore. He's Tyrone Woodley the fighter, not the champion.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing to see. But, I think what you're saying, Milan, maybe one championship could even be an opportunity for him. One Bellator, anything like that. I think he'll definitely get picked up by someone else, and it'll be very fun to see, because I think he's got fight in him, like you said.
For sure.
He wanted to go out there and prove himself against one of the best in Vincente Luque. Funnily enough, we're going to sidetrack right now. Vincente Luque calls out Nate Diaz, gets a win over Tyrone Woodley, and they book Vincente Luque, not with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz gets booked with Leon Edwards.
This fight,
As soon as he gets called out.
he's ducking Vincente, man. He knows that Vincente is the most dangerous fighter in the UFC. He knows. We all know, Sean. We all know.
Yeah, but I'm interested because I think if Nate beats Leon Edwards, they'll give him a title shot.
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe.
Because they want Nate to fight for the belt. They want
for
Nate
sure,
to be
yeah.
because if
it's gonna
Nate
be one
fights for the
last thing
belt,
as well.
then yeah. What's that now?
What you say?
What'd you say there?
Oh, I said it might be the same as Tyrone Woodley, where it's like one last run for the belt, because Nate is getting older. The chin, I don't want to say is deteriorating because he hasn't been dropped in a fucking while, but I don't see him withstanding big fucking power punches any longer. To be honest, I think one
Yeah.
last run for the championship, maybe put on a couple more memorable fights, and hopefully ride off into the sunset on a win. And his legacy will obviously be remembered. Like, he definitely will be in like the Hall of Fame or something, because the impact that him and Nick brought into the UFC and just to the MMA world was so ridiculous, to be honest with you. So I think it's a nice fight to put on.
I agree.
It's
How do you see that kind of going? I know you want to. I know you typically want to leave your predictions for later, but early kind of prediction. Do you think Nate could get it done against a fighter like Leon Edwards
Sean,
on a nine fight unbeaten streak?
If Edwards
9 fights
comes
unbeaten.
out like he did, like the way Jorge did, Jorge's striking. As much as people don't like the guy, you have to say his striking and head movement is very, very good. And the fact that he came out against Nate and just pieced him apart, I don't know if Edwards is capable, if he has the same amount of skill that Jorge does. But that gas tank is going to be a huge factor in that fight, because I don't think Nate is getting finished. Now watch me say this, and then, oh, actually after this I'll say one thing, yeah. But I watch him get finished as soon as I say this. But I don't see Nate getting finished, especially by Edwards. Maybe if fucking Edwards sticks out his hands again, I don't know. But I see it going to a decision. Nate is gonna have to fucking stand up.
Yeah.
Nate is gonna have to definitely put in some work. But as of now, because of ring rust, because of how, I'd say Edwards, to be honest with you. I'd say a decision for Edwards.
Yeah, no, I really do genuinely hope that this fight, and I know that people will be wanting a finish. I think if the fight gets finished, I hope that Edwards gets finished, to be honest. But if it goes to decision, I don't mind who wins. To be honest, I just don't want to see Nate Diaz be finished. But at the same time, I don't want to. I would rather a decision, because I know that if these two go to a decision, they're both kind of volume guys, but Edwards more so has that kind of ability to put someone's lights out. But I think it'll be such a good fight if it goes long, because I think it'll be both of them beaten up, bruised, destroyed, But I think if Edwards can come in here with a game plan, now if I say that again, I think if Edwards goes in and kicks the shit into his legs, then it's over.
Yeah.
I think if he kicks Diaz, if he just goes in there, gets those low kicks in, then it's good. I think that's what he needs to do. I think low kicks are the way to win this fight for our man Leon Edwards. I think Leon Edwards is more capable of winning this fight than Diaz is.
Sean, I'd like to respectively disagree with what you are saying about the leg kicks.
Why do you say that?
Well, Sean, you are forgetting Nate Diaz has those triathlon calves, bro. Nothing is getting to him, man. If he's able to fucking if he's able to do a fucking marathon, 100-mile cycling, swimming, bro, let's be real here. His calves are made out of fucking veal, bro.
Anyone can, though. Anyone can have good calf muscles, but if you get kicked in the leg, man...
Nah, Nate Diaz doesn't have calf muscles, man. He has bones. He has pure marijuana. Mary Jane. Marijuana, man. In his fucking legs, man. This guy is pure CBD. He doesn't feel fucking leg kicks, man. But yeah, to be honest, it'd be interesting to see how he deals with those. But I see him doing a lot of the leg kicks as well, because he has a big range on him. That's the thing. He has a fucking huge range, man.
Actually, hold on. Let's have a look at the insights, because I feel like Leon Edwards is a bit taller. Leon versus Diaz insights. It'd be funny if Leon Edwards was to beat our friend Nate Diaz, and rather than go for a title shot, he calls out Nick.
I'd love to see that, man. I think that'd be a real fun fight.
That's what Jorge kind of wanted to do at one point. He wanted to fight Nick.
Jorge is losing so much respect from everyone. It's not even funny.
Oh man, oh man, fucks. Okay, Leon Edwards has a 188 centimeter reach. Okay. Sorry, man, but what was I gonna say there?
It's a slow day in the office, my man.
It's a slow day. Nate Diaz, I'm just trying to get up his reach. 1.93 in centimeters. He's got the reach on him. I didn't think so. I didn't think he would, but he's got the reach on him by over 10 centimeters, by a little under 10 centimeters. Sorry, but what else was I gonna say? With this, so I think you saying he's got those triathlon calves is just ridiculous, man. Honestly, what are you talking about? Realistically, this fight's gonna go one way. It's gonna be kicking him in the legs, and they're the same height. But
brother,
I just think that
to say, man.
I think Leon's gonna kick his legs. Leon gonna kick his legs. You better get ready.
Leon, nah, man, nah.
Yes, sir. The legs are gonna get
triathlon, man. The triathlon fucking calves, man. Nobody is getting past that shit, dog.
No, sir. He's gonna kick those calves, and those calves are gonna be gone. That's just what's gonna happen.
Bro, delusional, man.
You know. I think we move on to the main event while we still can.
Alright, listen. I want to use this chance real quick, yeah. Chael Sonnen. I mentioned this in the last podcast. Chael Sonnen, I'm calling you out right here, right now. Stop making fucking predictions on your channel, man. Nobody wants to hear it. You literally say one person's gonna win and he loses. Stop, man. That's the reason Stipe lost. I have nothing else to say. Stipe probably had the most perfect camp. Probably felt real good, real confident. And as soon as Chael fucking said he'd win, it was over. I should have actually put money on Ngannou. Because Chael fucking said, nah, man. The absolute schmuck.
I also want to humbly apologize to anyone who I told to place a bet on Stipe. Because Stipe he couldn't solve a puzzle. He couldn't solve the puzzle. That's just how it is.
Brother, it just, it happens, man. It happens.
No, because I did think the possibility of Ngannou coming out all like composed and all that. We talked about it, Milan. But the only thing was I figured that Stipe would be able to adjust better, and he wasn't able to, unfortunately. But congrats to Ngannou, who put on a champion's display. His second title run has been tallied at just under 10 minutes. It's 9 minutes something between his first. When he lost to Stipe, between that fight, he had 4 fights, I believe. Didn't he? Was in the 4, or did he fight Derek Lewis in between that?
Man,
I'm not sure.
He didn't. He didn't. Because he lost.
What happened was 4 fights. So he had his 4 fights. He had Curtis Blades, Junior Dos Santos. He had Cain Velasquez and Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Those fights, all of them in the first round, and then the Stipe fight was in the second round. All accumulating just about 9 minutes 40 seconds, I believe it is. That is ridiculous, considering that the last time he fought Stipe itself, he went 25 minutes with him. So this guy is just efficient. He is efficient at doing what he does, and I'm calling this guy out. John Jones, you big pussy, fight this guy for no money. Fight him for no money, you bum. Don't make us have to suffer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just want to like if John Jones is gonna go out here and be like, I'm the GOAT, guys, I'm the greatest of all time, then fucking prove it. Just prove, what? Because I put John Jones as my light heavyweight GOAT, but he's got so much wrong with him. He needs to come back, and first of all, pass a drugs test, pass all your drugs tests until you retire, and then maybe you could be considered up there in the conversation.
Yeah.
If you beat Ngannou, and if you go after Ngannou, you defend the belt a few times. But the thing is, I don't want John Jones to win this fight, purely because if he wins the belt, then John Jones fights twice a year, once a year. Ngannou fights every other weekend, man, pretty much.
Ngannou went up 8 spaces in UFC rankings, which I think is disgusting. It's such a nice number to see. Stipe went down 4. Francis is now number 5 on the pound for pound list, and I
deserves it as well.
Oh man, I'm so happy to see him win, to be honest with you, because the story that he talks about, how he fucking started fighting and all, man, it's ridiculous.
I love how Dustin Poirier and Stipe are higher in their rankings than Jan Blachowicz and Davison Figueiredo, even though they're not even champs or anything. Also, Aljamain Sterling is lower than Robert Whittaker.
Aljamain Sterling is
the
actually the
bantamweight
paper champ, though. That's the thing.
I saw a thing. He is the definition of April Fools. He's the April Fool's champ, honestly. He's just not worth watching, man.
This fucking
he's not
guy,
worth it.
Man. His next fight, if he doesn't fight Jan in his next fight, he's a pussy, brother.
Who? Sorry. Oh, Aljo, sorry. I thought you were talking about Jan Blachowicz. I was like, why would... What? Imagine Jan Blachowicz versus Aljamain Sterling. Dream matchups. That's a dream matchup right there.
We could talk about dream matchups next week, man. That's what I was saying about
Of course.
a week.
Of course, we were talking about it. But Aljamain Sterling versus Jan Blachowicz, who wants to see it? Get that champ status for Jan. Jan's going to cut to 135.
Jan Blachowicz is a fucking baller, man. I think it's what he needs to do.
I think you need to put down a timestamp and put the picture of Jan with the cigar and all.
Of who?
Jan Blachowicz with his cigar.
Like, cool.
But it's a very interesting situation, especially so. I saw a tweet. Something I saw about John Jones saying, "Give the fight to Derek Lewis," because he wants money.
He was having fucking a little hissy fit going on about fucking telling the UFC to cut him and all. And the tweets, I'm gonna put tweets up now. Actually,
I hate to get all controversial right now, but it's the exact same thing with women's football.
What do you mean? What are you trying to allude to here, Sean?
You can't get paid a lot of money if you don't bring in a lot of money.
But Sean, there's a fucking difference, between fighting and playing football.
No. But the women's football, they demand more money even though they don't make the revenue, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
John Jones doesn't make the revenue that he for the money he's asking for, you know?
Is that what was happening to dispute? Because isn't that...
That's the dispute. John Jones wants more money. He wants to earn more money, like off his base pay. Do you know what I mean?
Sean, I have some advice for this guy. I have some advice for this guy. Buy less coke, man. It's as simple as that. Buy less coke, more money in your pocket. Boom.
Less TRT as well.
Less TRT. Stop fucking crashing your cars, man. That's less insurance money that needs to be paid.
Less HGH. Human
less
growth.
Trend. Less anabolic steroids. Less.
And you'll be good. You'll be good, man. Honestly. It's so it's so stupid because no, he does this. I think John Jones deserves a base pay of like $1 million.
What does he want though? $1 million is already a lot though.
Yeah, but I think it's because Conor gets like 4.
Bro, but that's because it's Conor. Unless you're not, bro. Even Khabib didn't bring in fucking $1 million buys with Gaethje.
I know.
Like John, how many buys did?
But Khabib got a base pay of 20 million or something.
Yeah, but that's because Khabib brought in fucking Saudi investors, man. Obviously, he's gonna get a nice little fucking.
Yeah, he didn't bring in money from, from like pay-per-view or anything like that. He brought in money from investment to the UFC, which is why Dana was like, "I'm gonna nice this guy real quick." So
the total gate for 247 was $3 million. I don't think you're gonna get a third of the total gate, John. $1 million of the total gate, and there's fucking people like Valentina Shevchenko fighting and Derek Lewis fighting on the same card, brother. You're out of your mind. You gotta bring
which card is that?
247, Sean. John Jones versus Dominic Reyes, and Valentina Shevchenko versus Caitlin Chukagian. Fucking, I'm such a casual man, honestly.
John Jones, he wouldn't sell if he didn't have like another title fight or like other people on the card.
John Jones, especially.
He had 50k Ige on it as well.
He's gonna get a nice bit of views for his next fight if he fights Ngannou, but let's not forget that's because people want to see Ngannou fight as well, because Ngannou is the scariest fighter out right now. He is the baddest man on the planet.
There's no way that John Jones wouldn't fight Ngannou.
Well, there is, because he might be scared, man.
No. That's not the question. That's definitely not in question. He's not scared of Ngannou. He's not scared to fight Ngannou. He's no problem fighting Ngannou. I have no doubt in my mind that he doesn't care that Ngannou just did that to Stipe. he has no issue going in there and fighting him because he's John Jones. Like, he has the confidence. I know he would go in there, and he's probably the only person at the moment I could see beating Ngannou. But I don't like John Jones, but that facts is just facts. He's probably the only person right now who looks like he could beat Ngannou, because Derek Lewis, realistically, let's just be real, they both have power, but Derek Lewis doesn't move the same way Ngannou can move. Like, he's not as fast as Ngannou. So that's just why I think Ngannou would trump. It would be a good fight, Derek Lewis and Ngannou, but John Jones is the only man right now who can solve the puzzle that is Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
And I think that he is being undervalued, but not by that much. And I think he thinks he's being drastically undervalued because he's probably getting a base pay of a little under $1 million or whatever, when $1 million or a little over is what he's owed. Because if they do this fight, it'll be one of the biggest fights ever.
Actually,
one of the biggest.
I have something to
They should do this fight, and they need to, because what they'll do is they'll give John Jones and Ngannou a bit of the pay-per-view pie, which is why it's hesitancy to give them so much money, because if it doesn't come through, if it doesn't do as much sales as they want it to do, then they have to give Ngannou and John Jones pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean? Because John Jones has proven himself. He's been champion for over 10 years. So he has to get pay-per-view revenue, you know? He has to get a piece of the pie. This is the way Ariel Helwani said it. And that's why it's going to cost the UFC a lot of money to put this on. So if the UFC are going to do that, fucking pump that pay-per-view up. I think you throw on that card, wait for the winner of Usman and Jorge to happen, and then throw the welterweight belt on the line too on that card. Maybe throw the featherweight or the bantamweight or something. You know what I mean? Because it'll be time. There'll be time to do that. Maybe the 125 as well. Just make that card heat. You know? Maybe even 185. Have Israel fight on that card too. You know, because realistically, if you put apps, make that card headlights. Just have 2 title fights, and then put some bangers on it too. Like have, like not Nate Diaz, but that kind of caliber of fight. Do you know what I mean? Like have, like the same way like a Dominic Cruz was in the prelims. Like those kind of little things.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean. Make that fight electric. Make it just disgusting. Because that's what you want to do if you want... Because then you can afford to pay John Jones. You can afford to pay Ngannou. Because you're going to sell so many pay-per-view. Realistically, it's going to sell so much. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they should pay John Jones?
Sean,
or
I have something very interesting actually to talk about. So the Reebok deal has expired on the 27th of March, and the new Venom deal is set to be applied, I believe, in April, 10th of April. Now, do you think, because Reebok was realistically the reason why fighters were getting paid shit because they couldn't get sponsorships anymore, do you think Venom is going to do well with paying fighters, maybe allowing sponsorships again? Do you think Venom, because Venom is more of a fighting brand, MMA, boxing brand, do you know what I mean? I think they definitely want to look out for the fighters' financial status, as well as like making them look good.
It'll be interesting.
So
it'll be interesting.
I think people are going to get paid well under Venom.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I think they might. You've made me think about that, because maybe the shorts, because maybe they wouldn't put too many sponsors on the shorts. Maybe they would say you can't fight with like any sponsors on your shorts or anything. But your corner,
pay.
like, you know,
maybe the base pay. Because
but you know the way they have like
pay.
the way they have like the corners.
Yeah.
Like they put like a flag over or whatever. Maybe you could put sponsors on that if you want to. Like, they don't care. Or you can walk out in a shirt with sponsors on it, something like that. Maybe that could be a possible, because I know Reebok were just so like no.
They were bitches.
But I think that could be a possibility, 100%. I think that could be on. potentially.
I think the base.
I think
pay is
Venom
gonna
are
be
much more
nice.
reasonable. Venom would be much more reasonable because
100%.
Reebok were too much so. They think about it from a perspective
They had a
of a
profit motive,
business.
basically. Profit was their only
Exactly, a
motive. They didn't
profit
care about the
motive.
fighters.
But
But
that
Venom,
should be. But that should see the motive should be we're gonna make money in the best way possible that the fighters can make money too.
yeah,
And everyone makes
profit
money.
should always be number one. But like,
Yeah, of
you
course.
you weren't looking after the fighters. If you were looking after the fighters, you'd make the base pay bet like bigger because I think it was only $5,000 or something that they were getting from Reebok, which is fucking nothing if you're like a prelims fighter, because like
Camp, nutrition,
hotels, travel.
hotels, just the travel, just the costs to be there, the cost to live, and then apart from all that, you put in like, imagine think of it, mortgages, paying for kids, like all
Realistically,
that
you're
shit.
then going out there to rep Reebok for free. Essentially, that's how it turns out to be.
Exactly.
Venom
It doesn't. Yeah.
Venom
That's
needs
how
to
it is.
look after the fighters. I think they will, 100%. If they allow sponsors, man, that's gonna be a big game changer because now
Maybe
people are
they'll
gonna
pay
get
them
paid
less,
nice.
but sponsors. Maybe they'll say, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you the same. We're gonna give you $5,000, like Reebok did, but we're gonna allow sponsors, just not on the shorts, or just not on the
I
T-shirt.
think putting sponsors in the shorts isn't a big deal, to be honest with you.
But
I
like
don't think
it'd
it is
probably
at
make
all.
the fights look. It'd make the fights just look cleaner, probably realistically, because if you have like a bunch of sponsors, it looks like
Have a big
what's happening.
Venom logo, and then you're sorted, because people know, oh, Venom is sponsoring us. Okay, cool. But then allow some
You'll see.
sponsors, man. But not like the good old days of the UFC where it's like you have condom companies and all, like real
Yeah,
sketchy
you see.
gun shops and
You
all,
see.
like real small businesses. Like established brands, I think should like
No,
be
maybe
there.
it's no, because the small businesses is what like it helps businesses grow. It
I
helps the
guess if you're
smaller
willing to
fighters get
pay the money
sponsored.
though, if you're willing to pay the cash to sponsor your brand, then go for it, man.
Yeah, but it should be vary from fighter to fighter. Like each fighter decides what they want to sponsor realistically.
Yeah.
But it should go through some sort of system in like the UFC. They just like check. They do a background check on the biz, make sure they're not like promoting the KKK or anything like that.
Oh, yes,
That
man.
you know, that's pretty much all I think they need to be checking out. But, yeah, I think Venom would definitely come in and they would do a much better job. Hopefully, anyways. But it
I
just
think they will.
I can just picture the Venom shorts now. The sleek black shorts.
There's
The
actually
sleek white.
there's actually some pictures of the new Venom kit up online a couple days ago. I don't know if I'm gonna put it up. If I find it, I'll put it up. But if I don't,
Yeah, cool.
I won't
Cool,
do
cool.
that. Venom
You know,
has
I think
actually been an
I think
OG sponsor as well.
it is. I think we'll finish off talking about the Venom thing kind of now, just because we're coming towards
Yeah,
the end of the
facts,
podcast.
facts.
But the big thing is when Venom come in, you just know that, well, hopefully, anyways, they'll be able to like provide more money for the fighters, so people like John Jones can get like sponsorships from like Adidas on his shorts. You know what I mean?
I don't think
like,
Adidas is gonna happen, brother.
No, but you know what I mean. Like a big brands, like notable brands would sponsor John Jones. Would sponsor Israel. Like Israel would have Puma on his shorts. Imagine how much money he would make from that. Having Puma, just sprawled across his ass or on his walkout like T-shirt or on his banner, or whatever. Like, think about it that way. Like the amount of money that
Sean,
people
I just
like
have one
make.
question for Venom. I'm speaking to Venom directly. What does this mean for Bryce Mitchell's camo shorts? Is he still gonna keep the camo shorts, or is it gonna have to be redesigned?
My big question is, where does, like, realistically, where does Kevin Lee fit into all this?
Very true. Very, very true. Hopefully.
Bryce Mitchell needs those camo shorts. That's all that matters.
Facts, man. Facts.
As long as he keeps the camo shorts, We don't care.
Bro, what the fuck?
We don't care.
He tore his
What's up,
scrotum
buddy?
in half with a drill in 2018.
Huh?
Bro, check Discord, man. What the fuck?
What?
I ripped my nuts in half and almost lost my wiener. You think I'm worried about a limb? Bro, what the fuck? Does that mean he can't have babies?
Bryce Mitchell?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking... What?
Oh.
Put...
So I was gonna train today, but I ripped my nutsack in half. I'm about to get stitched up. I dropped the board and reversed the drill, untangled my nutsack, but there was ripped in half. I'm serious, dude, lol.
Can you have kids?
I don't know, hopefully.
We want to see some more Mitchells running around the UFC, man.
Some more Mitchells, man. Yo, Bryce Mitchell, man, come on, start having
Shout
sex
out Bryce
already,
Mitchell, man.
Shout out to Bryce Mitchell, man. Shout out to
You know,
Bryce Mitchell.
let's switch it up. Let's switch to boxing and talk about the biggest boxing event that just happened. I'm joking. The biggest boxing event that will happen. Anderson Silva stepping into the squared.
The
big square
ring.
It's called the square circle for some reason, but let's just see it. Let's just see it.
Julio
Anderson
Cesar
Silva.
Chavez Jr. If he loses
Can I be
this fight,
honest
he's getting
with
disowned
you?
by his father. Yeah, go for it.
Who is that? Who is that? I don't know. I don't know
Sean,
who it is.
are you aware of one of the best boxers ever? Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Can I see a picture of? Send me a picture of him, because I don't recognize the name.
Because he is regarded as one of the best, if not the greatest boxers. The man with the longest winning streak, I think, of 88 or something in boxing.
Of 3 wins in a row.
Surely you must know who he is. And that's his son.
He's familiar. Which is his son?
The guy that's fighting Anderson Silva.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying the fucking pictures were. His son. Can you send me his name in the chat, because I can't spell it?
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. But he's going to be fighting Anderson Silva. And
Imagine Anderson Silva comes through first round.
Anderson Silva is definitely going to not keep his guard up, keep his chin out, and try and get knocked out. I think that's his goal. Hopefully he doesn't get sparked though. I wouldn't like him to get sparked.
Oh my god. This guy is 52 and 5.
But the thing, he's kind of regarded as a joke in the boxing community because a lot of his fights he loses because he just quits. And he had so much potential in his career. He was following his dad's footsteps of becoming one of undefeated, a huge record. But when he was fighting big names, he was essentially quitting and just doing shit.
He's only got 5 losses though. Okay, he fought
Canelo Alvarez in 2017.
He lost by UD. I thought I got so confused there. It says Everett Bravo. I thought it said Eddie Bravo. I was like, what?
Eddie Bravo fighting in boxing, man. What can I say? He's just a baller.
Andy Lee, Bruce Lee's long lost son, stepping in the square. I don't know. They're very interesting. I can't wait to see. I don't really know this guy too well. I'm not gonna lie. This boxer, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I'm not even that familiar with his father, but I just can't wait to see Anderson in the boxing ring. To be honest.
Yeah, facts. But one of
He's gonna flatline this kid.
one of the things that happened over the weekend, Povetkin versus White. White finally got that win back. Povetkin has to
Milan,
retire, man.
stop. What round did he knock him out in?
Sean, you already fucking know what round he knocked him out in, man. Check the title of the podcast, man. The 4 podcast. Round number 4.
You're welcome, Dylan. You're welcome.
You're
That's
welcome,
all I have
man.
to
If
say.
it wasn't for us, you would be a bum. You'd get uppercutted again.
You're welcome. We decided we just decided, fine. Dylan, you're gonna win this fight, and after this, you know what? Actually,
Yeah, what?
I mean, Dillian White. If he's got no one to fight, he should fight the winner of Usyk versus, who's he fighting again?
Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce versus Usyk. Fight the winner of that because they'll need someone to fight in the meantime because Usyk's gonna be a little pussy if he wins and be like, "Oh, let me fight for the belt. Let me fight for the belt."
I think that'd be a very interesting fight, but I see people saying that Dillian White should fight Wilder.
True. I like that actually because then, but I think Dillian White actually at this point should just say no. I think at this point he has to sort of do a smart thing on it and say, you know what, I'm not gonna make the same mistakes as my good friend Tony Ferguson. I'm gonna wait. Just wait.
Tony Ferguson is my guy. Fighting
Just like what
Bill
Charles
Darius.
Oliveira did. You deserve the
He's
belt.
also
Wait for the
training
belt.
with GSP
I see that
right
shit.
now. GSP, the fucking GOAT, man. What can I say? Not
Well, he's
only
not quite Chael Sonnen.
GSP, Freddie Roach, one of the greatest boxing coaches. So it's a nice camp to see. But yeah, Chael Sonnen is the GOAT. That's for when it comes to... He is the GOAT at making terrible predictions. Nobody gets a prediction more wrong than Chael Sonnen. He's undefeated when it comes to that sort of thing.
I know. I thought that I could be possibly up there, but
You're trying to take... You're 1-0. You're 0-1 right now, Sean, with that Stipe prediction.
this is a weekly thing, guys. By the way, I'm gonna be predicting the main event of the main fight card that's coming up. Okay,
Pitbull.
What time are
Pitbull
we-
versus the thing. Who are you betting on?
guys, I'm gonna tell you guys right here, right now. I'm gonna tell you guys, you better be betting all your money this weekend on Pitbull to do it. Hold on.
We aren't
Let me just pull
liable
up
for any
Pitbull.
losses. We're not liable.
We're liable
any
for
losses.
nothing, for jack shit. Yo, Pitbull's on a nice little run. He's getting finishes, decisions, submissions. I'm gonna say Pitbull's gonna do this one in... I'm gonna say second round.
Really?
He's gonna submit him in the second.
For real?
Even though this guy he's fighting has 8 submission wins, I think Pitbull's gonna submit him in the second.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
I see.
Wait, do I think that? Yeah. Second round submission. And I'm gonna go specific on it, but I wouldn't recommend betting the specific bet. I'm gonna say armbar in the second round. Armbar second round for Pitbull. That's my bet for the week, guys. Shout out Paddy Power, by the way. Shout out Betfair. Shout out all the betting companies in the game. You're doing a great job.
We know you're listening, man.
We could possibly do the sponsor. Shout out Adam and Eve, the sex company. You know, we see what you're doing. Shout out Tesco. Just getting some free, giving out some free promos right now. Sponsor us, not a big deal, but
It's
yeah.
calm, brother. It's calm. But man, come on, bro. Give us that sponsorship, man. We're waiting. We're really out
We'll
here.
see, man. Let's go. Yo, I think that's pretty much all we need to talk about this week, anyway.
Yeah.
In the fight game wrap up.
Oh wait, we
Um,
completely skipped over the fact that Darren Till got injured.
Oh shit! Yeah, Darren Till's out. Okay, anyway,
His
bye,
collarbone
guys.
got
No, I'm
He broke his collarbone, I think, and he is out
Darren
against
Till
Vettori.
injured.
So now people are saying how Kevin Holland should now step in because he said he'd want to. He should step in and fight. I think that's a nice little fight there, to be honest.
But Milan.
Yeah.
Who do we believe should truly step in?
I think that the true main eventer of that card should be the one and only smiling Sam Alvey. I don't understand how they haven't put him up already.
Just put Kevin Holland in against that guy he was meant to fight.
Against Marvin Vettori.
Marvin Vettori versus Sam Alvey, and then Kevin Holland can fight versus Sam Alvey's old opponent when Sam Alvey's fighting in the main event. Sam Alvey versus Marvin Vettori. Let's see it happen, man.
Let's go, man. Let's go! No, but for real, guys.
But
it's been a slow day at the office, realistically, but you know, we still pump out these podcasts. We still chilling. We
it's a
hope
nice
you
little
enjoyed the
day.
last little Go episode. We're gonna do another bone. We don't know what we're gonna do next time, but it's gonna be a surprise. You'll see by the title. But pretty much, stay tuned for that. Sean, any last words?
Not too much to say other than make sure you bet the house on Pitbull in the second round by submission.
We're not liable for any.
We are not liable for any money lost or any houses or any divorces that may occur.
Anything. We're not liable for anything. Nothing.
We're not liable for a fire or anything. Yeah, it's fine.
We're not liable
Anyways.
for anything. It's your fault. Hey guys, that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much for watching, listening, subscribing. We shall talk to you in the next episode, which will be the first ever non-MMA or fight related, probably. But yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening, watching, subscribing. Peace, guys.
See ya.